You're looking so happy, I want to cry. Hey guys, and welcome back for another Hooked episode. So I recently got my 3rd and 4th issue of Simple Stylish Knitting, so I'm just here to unbox that with you guys, and I'll show you my results from the 1st and 2nd issues, difficulties that I had, and all that jazz. So first of all, I'm going to show you my squares that I made from the previous issue. And I have made the decision that I'm going to just do the squares that they give me from the Simple Stylish Knitting, and maybe I might use their patterns to make some of the things that they show in the magazine, but I think that's how far I'll take my knitting personally, just because I want to focus more on crocheting, and I really do love crocheting, so I want to put more effort into crocheting, but I still want to know how to knit, just as, you know, another skill that I have. I mean, you learn so much from each issue that you could probably learn the whole of knitting just from these issues, because every magazine you're learning a new technique. So the first stitch that they show you how to do, which is in issue 1, is the garter stitch, which is just knit. So it's just a knit stitch all the way for how many rows, and you just do that over and over. Back and forth until your square is 15 by 15. Now I did mess up on a few places, and it took me forever to actually start it. Like, I kept restarting it over and over again. I'll get to a certain point and I'll just be like, oh, this is disgusting, and start it again. When I was doing fine. You have to do at least a few rows so you can see the actual pattern come to life, but a lot of the time at the beginning it just looked like nothing, so I thought I was doing it wrong. So I'll just take everything off the needles and start again. I gradually got there. My mum did help me quite a lot for the first square and some of the other squares, just because I was doing it very tight. So tight that I had to actually force the needle through the other needle, so I had to force it through the stitch. But it's supposed to be loose, so you can actually see the pattern nicely instead of it being really tight and compact. I had some parts that are fraying, some stitches that I missed, and I did pick it up on the next row, so you can sort of just see a bump there, but other than that it's okay. And I can see where I missed a stitch there. I don't know how I fixed it, but I fixed it in a way that it didn't come loose. The thing is, I'm such a perfectionist, and with knitting it takes a lot of practice to actually really get good at it. So a lot of the time, if I skipped a stitch or something, I'll start from the beginning at first, and then after I was just like, you know what, whatever, I'm gonna learn from it, so I might as well just leave it as it is. The next stitch that you learn from issue 1 is the stocking stitch, which I think is really, really cute. I think this is one of my favourites, the stocking stitch. This one was okay. I think this one you knit one row and then you purl one row, and that was okay. It was just a bit, I think one time I actually knit 2 rows together, so you can see where the knit was on the wrong side. Other than that, it was okay. I find the purl stitch a bit longer to do than the knit stitch, because I guess I learnt that first, so I was doing that quite fast, and then compared to changing every row, starting off again, I did this so many times before I actually continued the rows. Like, I casted on for this one probably 10 times, and I did that for every square because I just felt like I was doing it wrong. I just felt like I could do it better, so I did cast on quite a lot for each of the squares, and I took it off the needle. But now I can cast on like a pro. So practice really does help. For the 2nd issue, you learn how to do the moss stitch. Oh, I love the feeling of the moss stitch. The only thing that I don't like is that at first it looks really messy, so it looks like you're not doing it right. But once you continue to do it, it looks amazing. Like, it really, really looks nice. Oh, I forgot to say, for the stocking stitch, there is supposed to be a circle in the middle, but I just haven't done that yet. I haven't gotten around to doing that. I might do it when I finish all my squares, and I'll just do the added touches to each of them, but I haven't actually done the circle yet. And then this one also is an embroidery square. So I had this amazing moss stitch around the border, and then a stocking stitch in the center. Now this looks maybe complicated to some people, but it's actually so simple to do, and I really enjoyed doing this one just because the moss stitch looks amazing on the border and it gives it a nice detail. Yeah, there's also supposed to be a circle in the middle of this one. I think it's called the daisy stitch. This one was quite easy. I did think I was slipping up a few times on it, but there is a spot where I missed the stitch. I can't find it at the moment, so it couldn't have been that bad. There it is. I don't know what I did. I think I did 2 purl stitches instead of a purl one, knit one, purl one, knit one. So those are the squares, and so far I'm really having a good time knitting all these squares and stuff like that. I just love that you learn something new every single issue. That's brilliant, and I'm looking forward to my premium subscriptions. I can't wait to make the 4 cushions and the puffy. Like, that's what I'm looking forward to the most out of anything. These are the bits I have left over from each of the squares. I do find, like I said, they're very generous for just making a square, so if you make mistakes, the squares are all going to be fuchsia grey, cream, or the burnt orange. So if maybe on another square in the future you run out of yarn, you still have leftovers from previous squares that you can use for that. Let us go on to what I got for this delivery. So this is my second delivery, so there aren't any premium subscription gifts, nor are there any subscription gifts. It's got 2 magazines in it. That's big as. That's issue 4, so let's go for issue 3 first, which I love. So I saw this, I could feel it in the bag. It comes with a binder, which I just love because some of the pages in the magazine do fall out. So I've had to just bunch them together, but this comes with a binder, and I think it holds 15 issues. Oh, it's a lovely binder. It's got these egg hat thingies on there, which, I'll be honest with you, I won't end up making these egg hats because why am I going to put hats on my eggs? I'm going to eat them. It's breakfast. So that's one concept that I don't get. Like, I ain't got time to be putting hats on my eggs. I'm going to eat my eggs, innit? And so inside of the folder, which I think is really cool, it comes with the needle sizes. So it has metric and then old UK size. It comes with the yarn weight and the typical needles and what each yarn weight is best for. And then at the top it has pattern abbreviations, which I think is brilliant. So this folder is really, really good. It's nice and large and sturdy, and then at the back it also has some egg with a hat on it. I didn't realise the binders were going to be like this, so when I did sign up for my subscription, I didn't sign up for any extra binders. So I think once this gets full, and if I don't get any more in the upcoming magazines, then I will buy another binder. They're $7.99, so I will be buying another if and when this one gets full. So issue 3 comes with, oh, what colour is this? This is like a mustard, so I haven't had this colour just yet. And this is for you to knit another square, which is the box stitch. So I'm just going to like flip to the box stitch. I'm really excited. Oh, nice. Okay, I think it's sort of like the moss stitch but a larger version. You learn how to make egg hats, which is the knit for home. You learn how to knit a cowl, which is knits to wear, and then knits to give is a like a lipstick purse. Definitely really cute, and they show you like different ways you could design it, which I think is really cute. And for the knitting know-how, you learn how to make pom-poms. I usually use my hands or a fork, but this technique looks really cool, and it shows you how to read a pattern. And it has a basic knitting kit at the back. Get to make a greetings card out of yarn. I don't know how that works, but let's check it out because I have issue 4 right here. So it comes with the silver grey yarn, and this issue you learn how to do the cartridge stitch, I think it says. Okay, so yeah, you get 25 grams as usual of your yarn to make your square. You learn how to make wrist warmers, which I think are really, really cute. Those are knits to wear. It's getting like into spring weather, so I think these will be perfect because it won't be so cold in a few months, but you still want something to sort of warm yourself up with. Oh, snuggle blanket! Snuggle blanket, I love this. This is so cute. I think when I get my first dog, I'll definitely make one of these. This is so cute. So the stitch for the blanket, which is the cartridge stitch, is the stitch that you learn how to do for your square, which is really good. I find that the techniques that you need to make the other things in the magazine, you learn in the same magazine, or you would have learned in the previous magazine. You learn how to do the cartridge stitch, which, oh, I love this. Oh, mini knit card. I really don't get this. Okay. Send with love. Oh, I get it now. I get it. Oh, okay, so basically it's a card with a half knitted jumper on it. Okay. I guess this is really nice for knitters themselves. Okay. Oh, nice yarn type. So it has plant fibers, wool fibers, animal fibers, man-made fibers, and novelty yarn. And then undoing knitting, so it shows you that's in the knitting know-how. Duplicate stitch. Okay, so it's good to add colour to your thing. So that's similar to what I would have to do in this square when I put the circle over the stocking stitches. And I think that's it. I really just want my pre subscription gifts ready so I can make my puffy kit and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the end of the video. As usual, I'll come back to you when I get my next delivery and I'll show you my 2 squares that I've knitted for issue, one for issue 3 and one for issue 4. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Hope you enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and comment down below any questions you have or any concerns. Alright, bye guys, stay sweet.
So what would you rate Amber Smoothie out of 10?
That's 10. That's 11.
That's 9.
That's 11, mate.